to the New Slang Podcast. I'm Thomas Mooney, and this is episode number 66. On today's episode, I'm joined by an old friend, Cleto Cordero of Flatland Cavalry. We were sitting on their bus behind Charlie B's, I guess last week when we recorded this. It was the band's, I guess really their first show back in Lubbock in nearly a year. You could see this like kind of the slight glow in their eyes, a bit of a hometown return, the old stomping grounds, if you will, if we're going to do that pun. But obviously it's not as though they haven't been in Lubbock this past year. They released their sophomore full-length album, Homeland Insecurity, a few weeks back, and have been recording that here in Lubbock with longtime collaborator Scott Ferris. He's the one who produced their first debut EP and then the last record, Humble Folks. He's kind of just their go-to guy, if you will, since they've only recorded 3 projects and he's been a major part of each of them. This episode right here, it's a bit of a short one. It's, I think, just about 30 minutes long. We were in a little bit of a time crunch. Most of the time, like whenever bands get on this level, you know, they're on a schedule big time, and they give a little, or they have a little bit of give in that schedule. But as you can imagine, just like one little delay can push a schedule off, and so yeah, we fit this in there between, I guess, sound check and I don't know, like I'm guessing they had dinner right after this sometime, a meet and greet, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, this episode right here, we just really talk about the new album, the writing of the record. We go into a few little stories about old times and the adjustments, if you will, of being a band on the rise. And yeah, not really much else to say about this episode. Be sure to go ahead and check out my new weekly piece called 10 Things I Like. It's really just a rundown of what has been released that week. I've been doing it each week this entire year. There'll be one out today. Follow me on social media. It's on, or I guess on Twitter and on Instagram. You can follow me at _newslang. Rate the podcast on iTunes. Give it a 5 stars. It goes a really long way. Actually say something. I don't know. Like actually write the review part. If you're interested in any kind of advertisement on the podcast, reach out to me at newslang.editors@gmail.com. You can just reach out there if you have any questions or comments or whatever. Anyways, yeah, the New Slang theme song is done by Briston Phillips. You need to go ahead and check out his art. He's a great artist. He's the one who's done all the murals at all the blue lights. And go follow him on Instagram. Go see what he's been doing there. That is at _blue_bonnet_. Okay, yeah, that is about it. Here is Cleto of Flatland. Start this off. I mean, you just released this new record. I feel like we've already talked about the record since I did that bio for you guys.
Yeah.
So it's strange, like, yeah. So it's been out for just like a month now, less than a month.
Yeah,
a couple weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
In that moment, right before it comes out, like, is there like this rush of like just being kind of like, oh, finally it's out. Finally it's coming out now. It's actually like we're counting down days.
Yeah.
Instead of weeks.
Yeah. Whenever, especially like the day, because we worked on it a bunch. Especially, I don't know if I told you, or did you ever get a comic book?
No, I have not. I remember we talking about it, but
yeah. Well, so we put it out as a comic book. So there's a lot of extra art direction and stuff, and late nights that went into that. So by the time the record came out, we were just ecstatic. Like on release day, I remember I did radio interviews all day, and like our radio promoter picked me up like before it was like 7:45 in the morning, and I was out all day, and I was just still, I didn't get tired because I was just like You're just on that high of like it's fucking finally out, you know, and everything like it seems like a dream, you know what I mean, up until then, and then it's actually here, and so yeah, everyone was really relieved.
Yeah, the comic book thing you mentioned during that, but obviously you were like, don't mention this.
Yeah.
And I get like it's crazy how well of a kept secret that was until like literally just like that, you know, the release date, and like you guys had that show and stuff.
Me and Scott are always talking about keeping things close to your chest, playing your cards, and so yeah, I mean, and I guess it could have got out. I guess we just didn't want to ruin a surprise, or we just kind of wanted to be like, it's out, and it's like, oh, they did what? You know, just kind of not talk about it all bunch, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But which maybe could have backfired because no one knows about it. They're still figuring out about it. But.
Well, I mean, what do you think it adds to the making the record a bigger thing and making it more than just 12 songs?
Well, I think whoever does take the time, let's say like there's like different kinds of fans. Yeah, fans just go out to a show and they just like to listen from afar. Some are up close and personal. Some are like, I want to buy every shirt they have. I want to buy the thing. And I think it's kind of for those people that whenever you look at it all together and then you listen to the record, it's like the stories weave around each other. And so I think it adds that to it. Just, I mean, a mystery or a puzzle or something that kind of the songs stand alone as themselves, but maybe you'll put another narrative in your mind that's might even not be there. But
yeah. At what point did you think that this could be something where the songs are more connected than just being like written at the same period?
Well, initially, kind of whenever I wanted to name the album, I kind of got a little bounce back from some of the guys in the band. They weren't ecstatic about it, or they weren't as fully understood what I was trying to go for, because it sounds super political and stuff. And I told them, like, dude, I'm telling you, I see the needle going through the thread going through the needle of each song, the eye, and I know you might not see it now, but I see the big picture, and I think that kind of helped pull it all together.
Yeah,
make it more. What is Homeland Insecurity about? And kind of that comic book kind of paints that tale, I guess.
Right. Because, like, obviously it's from the last song. And it's kind of like even not necessarily tucked away, but it's not like in the chorus or anything like that. It's just this little. It's almost in a strange way like an offhand comment that when you hear it, you go, "Oh wait, let me go back," and then I guess obviously it makes more sense in the full spectrum, the full context of the song, especially.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's all the songs. That was one of the last songs I wrote for it, and so I knew, like, I had written Ashes before, like Lonely Then, Other Side of Lonesome, Sleeping Alone. They're all kind of like this somber, like kind of like dissonant. They're all insecure in a way, and Pretty Women kind of helps really tie that all together, but all the songs were kind of about people not so much confident in the state of things or what they will be or what they used to be. And that last song, whenever I wrote it, that last line, or I knew that I wanted to name the record that, and then when I was writing Years From Now, I was like, oh my god, it just fit like together, and it helped the whole thing. But
yeah, well, I mentioned how, like, I'd asked you, like, if the first song and the last song were, like, in a way connected, because to me it felt like it was like a wheel kind of like coming back full circle. But also there's I was thinking about it whenever, like, that release date, I feel like Pretty Women and Living by Moonlight is kind of like the same thing, but from, like, maybe like a guy perspective and a girl perspective, because like obviously it's about, like, they're both kind of about going out and pretending to be you know, like, not necessarily pretending, but like trying to fit in with what you're not necessarily all about. Trying to find your spot, your place.
Absolutely. And I think that's kind of what, just even being able to connect those two is kind of like why the record name makes sense and kind of ties it all together, because it is kind of, dudes go out to bars, and it might be some of those pieces of shit that make Pretty Women girls, song make them feel the way that they do. But and especially hanging out at Blue Light and stuff back when I still lived here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that kind of was, and I mean that best tip of the hat to Blue Light, you know what I mean? But I realized, like, man, if I stick around and just come here every day and not trying to, you know, for songwriter night or whatever, but just coming out here just to, you know, I saw that I might become something like that. I've flirted with it and definitely have been it before, but I just don't want to,
right.
You know.
Well, there is this thing about, like, especially in this scene, and I'm sure it really is in every scene, it's the you don't want to tip over to the, oh, we're just doing this because it's a party.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's very easy to, like, just overindulge in all the
extracurricular activities.
Right, yeah. Because, like, even, like, I'm not, like, any kind of musician or a rock star or anything like that, but obviously when you're by people, more doors are open to where you know, it's more about drinking beer and how much beer can you drink tonight, and, like,
yeah.
versus, you know, for the sake of the song.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest challenges every night is to go out and remember what it's all about, you know.
Right.
Like, even whenever you get discouraged. I mean, you know, we're really grateful that we get to do all this, and we now get to travel on a tour bus, you know, for the remainder of the year. And so, like, you know, you could get complacent or be like, oh, this is great, you made it, or you did this, but it's not about, I don't think people want to show up to see how much you can party. They want to show up because they want to feel like a human being, and that's our job, is to, how much can you make them feel something, because if not, then we're not doing our jobs. And you know, and but it's that's the battle, I think, every show.
Yeah.
You know,
is it difficult to I don't know, like, I feel like it's very easy if you even in a polite way tell people, like, oh, I can't do this, like, I don't want to do, and obviously, yeah. Like, it's everything from, hey, take a shot with me, to
smoke this,
yeah,
way
like,
worse. Yeah.
I mean, like, that's the thing, is, like, I think people think that it's just shots, but it's like, there's actually there's a really great tweet that Dirty Verb Boy sent me, and it was something about, like, you know, you get offered everything from beer to, you know, hard drugs, and these people love the idea of that version of you, but they leave once, like, that bad version comes out or something like that.
Yeah.
But I guess going back to is it a struggle to, because in a way you're disappointing people, you're telling people, no, I can't take a shot with you, you know, maybe later.
Yeah.
Is there, like, this aspect of, you know, thinking, I don't want these people to think I'm an asshole about?
No, I think there's like a, and initially starts out that way, but, you know, I guess you'll get thick-skinned and be like, you know what, I know what I'm about, and
yeah.
if someone is not emotionally mature to understand that I'm grateful that they're trying to buy me a shot, but they get offended, then that's not somebody I even want to hang out with. So it kind of cancels itself out, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I used to think about that a bunch. Now I just think so much, like, you know, rather not, you know.
Right.
Or, hey, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of night it is. You know?
Or when in the night.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Obviously, you guys are going out on the road now a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Is it as fun as you thought it was going to be, or is it, you know, where it turns into, oh, we're just stopping in at, you know, the venue we're playing, Walmart, and, like, truck stop and motel, or is it? Do you still try and make time to see the I guess, like, the little things in each area of the town, of the city, or whatever?
No, absolutely. I haven't gotten tired of it yet. I mean, we started out here in Lubbock, and I remember, like, June 4th, 2014 was our first show at Blue Light.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have that wanderlust feeling of going out and, you know, Newtown, even if it's not, you know, not all gigs are equal. I mean, some of them are amazing. Like, we were at Tower Theater yesterday, and it was incredible. Hospitality's incredible, sound, just everything. And then you might play something the next day, or something that's in the middle of the field, but it's that's where I think it goes back to the service part of it. It's like, what are you really doing it for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're just coming out here to fill your urges and your appetite, then you definitely get all that, but then that's a bottomless cup, you know what I mean? But I think if you're coming out here trying to provide a service for people, then it's a lot more meaningful, and there's some endurance there, I think.
Yeah. Want to talk about some of the old blue light days?
Yeah.
Dude.
My goodness.
I remember, I think they need to bring this back, but I remember on Songwriter Night where if you signed up, you could also sign up for like a Tuesday or Wednesday opening gig. I remember you playing a whole lot of those.
Yeah.
Was that just like experience? Did that help open up contacts? What was the biggest advantage of being able to just open for those weekday shows?
Just, I mean, Songwriter Night is, you know, you get 2 songs and then that's it, you know, and you kind of, and then someone goes up and plays a better song and you're like, shit, I want to go and practice. I need to come up. I want to be, you know, I can do that. I can do better. Work on my stuff, you know, and they offer up this, hey, come in on a Tuesday and not going to pay anything, you know. Maybe it's $3 a head and maybe 5 people come in, but you get to play all your songs that you've been working on, and you might see what does work, what doesn't work, what, you know what I mean? I think I tried to sign up for as many as I could just because I really wanted to work our way up to, not through some kind of level of, you know, pats on the back or, oh, I know this, the owner, but through grind of, oh, then we got a Wednesday. And then 6 would give us a Wednesday, but not unless we showed that someone will come out on Tuesday. Kind of, I wanted to work up to the weekend, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I would say, I mean, it just kind of, not necessarily opened doors, but, I mean, it just, I think, kind of separates folks that really want to do it or folks that just want the daydream of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I know what you mean, because there's I was talking with Austin Mead about this, actually, about how there's so many people trying to do this right now. There's so many people trying to be a musician. How many bands do you think get started in Texas and Oklahoma on a weekly basis?
Hundreds.
But I think it's the grind of it, the struggle of it, the going and playing a show that you think like, oh, all these people are going to be here, and then there's like no one there. I think that like it sounds harsh, but like the breaking down of somebody is good, because it shows like, oh, maybe I'm not cut for this. Maybe I need to go do something else. And I think it's like I guess it's a healthy system.
Yeah. I recall at least 3 to 4 instances where like I'd compete at a songwriter competition and I wouldn't make it, I wouldn't advance, or I wouldn't even get in, or I'd lose. And I remember like the first couple times, you know, you're not emotionally mature yet. That's what all this is about, is to make you turn you into a man or whatever you become. I'm not being sexist, but I'm a boy, I'm a man. But like I remember a couple times I was like, I'm fucking shit, I'm gonna quit. Like I suck. Apparently I can't write a song. Yeah. You know, and according to the judges, I'm, you know, and I just thought maybe I just go do accounting. You know what I mean? But then something would always push me back to this, and I mean, shit, maybe I should have quit a long time ago, but it's too late. You know what I mean? You realize there's stuff in you, and if you quit when it's fucking hard the first time, you never know. You know what I mean? But there's something in you that's like, no, come on, try again, you can do better. And I think that is what, throughout the course of years, you know, might make you into something that, you know, people want to listen to, or you might have you digging out what you have to say for people. So
yeah, I think also like when you're 18, 19, like you don't have, like, you've not lived enough to like have something to say like hardcore about, like,
for sure.
Know? And I mean, like, obviously you have something to say, but you don't have anything to say that like a 35-year-old is going, oh shit, this guy knows what he's talking about all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's very rare have you had like some kind of life experience that does that. And I think like especially like even what I'm doing, I feel like I've not really ever had anything specific to say, but it's about getting those reps in.
Yeah.
And then the day that you do have something to say, you're like,
It
okay,
flows.
like now I know how to get it out.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot to do with songwriting too. Is like you have to figure out that process or whatever your process is, just so like that day that you do have something to say, it comes easy.
Yep. And even then, sometimes those happen to you, and you don't even know what happened. You're like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what people might think you're being too mystical, but I mean, sometimes some songs just happen to you, and you're like, wow, I didn't even try to write that, you know, and maybe you still learn from it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the going on the 806 songwriter stuff has, I think, it's in this strange way demystified songwriting, but then also like part of it for me looks at it and goes like, oh, actually there is something really magical here, because like it does feel like watching some of you guys write, it's been like not necessarily pulling teeth, but like, you know, we're working on a song, trying to figure it out. But then I remember when BA and Will were writing Drunk Again, like you could see Will's eyes, like, you know, the size of saucers, because like he was just like super fucking happy about what was happening in this song, you know. And I think that is magic right there. I think that is like this, like, you know, if you ask him about like what was happening, I don't know if he necessarily remember, but like he was like in this moment, right? And I think that is the magic aspect of it.
Yeah. Whenever you lose yourself in it, and it's not you behind the wheel being calculative, and you know, it's not quantitative, it's just something that's just like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. What was like the hardest song to like finish on this record that took you the most to put the puzzle pieces together?
I think Ashes was kind of hard, because I know the story, I knew the arc of it, and then how I wanted it to end, and how it was supposed to be all tied together. But saying that, knowing if you're reading it to somebody, let them paint the rest of the picture in their brain, but you don't have to say it all. But because it started to get real wordy, and it is a lot of words in that song. But that one was kind of tough. I remember Living by Moonlight, just because some of them were more poem style, where I just wrote the lyrics and had to find the right words to them, or the right melody. I
feel like you had part of Living by Moonlight, the last 806 songwriter.
Possibly.
I think you had like part of it, because either I'm making that up but I think like there was like part of that song that you played a little bit of.
That one we were rolling down the road one day, and I just honky tonk goblins, ballroom ghouls, neon vampires sitting on stools, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta write that down. And that came out, and then I had another piece that I had written, and it was perfect to it, about, you know, sirens, or it was like a beautiful devil in a clever disguise sees her long lost daddy when she looks me in the eyes, and then sirens sing Give Me Just One Night. And I had like all these pieces together, like a Frankenstein song, but they all were like, oh, this is what this is. And then I had to figure out how do you get there. I had the middle part, but I didn't have the intro.
Right.
Yeah.
I know like there's this website called Rap Genius, and they had like the lyrics to Living by Moonlight, and I would go back and like change it to Ghouls, because I knew it was Ghouls, because I remember you saying that. Yeah. And then somebody would come in and like change it to Ghosts, and then like I'd go back and fucking and turn it back to Ghouls and be like, trust me on this, guys. Like, stop fucking turning this.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. That's I'm always like bothered by shit like that.
No,
The lyrics that get messed up, because they end up, what ends up happening is they take those lyrics, copy and paste them to somewhere else, and then those get copy and paste, and so then all of a sudden it is Barroom Ghosts for everyone, and you're like, no.
Dude, some people still think No Shade of Green is I wish I could revert her name. I don't know, that one's been the best one, I think, so far.
Yeah. No Shade of Green turned into like No Shade of Ruby Red Revlon, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, someone told me, like, the only thing that I don't like about that song is it says no shade in it. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I'm putting all the pieces from old songs together here.
Yeah. No, well,
Stomping Grounds.
What's that?
The Stomping Grounds from...
Yeah, well, and that one was okay, you can sit down with a piece of paper and write the lyric out. Or sometimes you have a melody on a guitar and you're just playing it and the words coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Stomping Grounds. And I'm like, well, that works for the song too. So I just kept it, you know.
Yeah. I think those are like what
those
I
are what
call,
are
like,
in you.
Yeah, that's like a nice little wink to the crowd, though, too. Being
Yeah.
Like,
I think
it is.
Especially here tonight too. I think that'll be a fun one to play because
Yeah.
I mean, it's been since like last May I think we played, but it's always what's weird is we've started out here and we played all the time, and then now we got away, and so coming back always feels so like nostalgic. I can't explain it. Like,
yeah.
It's very surreal. It almost feels like equal parts like a homecoming, kind of like celebration thing, but also there's new crowds and new faces out there because there's college kids and stuff, but it's a new generation of kids that like your stuff, but it feels what's the word, like it feels unfamiliar but also still home. I can't describe, I can't explain it.
Well, it's like in that BA song, one that No Jai also did, because it was written by Trenton, BA, about like the going to Blue Light, and it's all like new faces in the crowd because they've all your friends have left town.
Mm-hmm.
That's it is strange, like still being here, obviously, and you go to Blue Light and you're just like, half of these people they're underage.
Yeah,
and these kids should be in high school, not at Blue Light.
I know.
I don't know. It's a little rough when you think about it. Like, you're just like, oh my god, I hope they don't think I'm like 40 or something. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't think they.
This young face here.
I think they're thinking about other shit.
Go back to the nursing
them.
home. That's what they're telling me in their eyes when they walk by.
You're not even that old.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But remember that the back-to-back night?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, like whenever you guys haven't ever done that before.
Mm-hmm.
You guys did that back-to-back night. I can't remember. Like, did you guys play the same set over, or was it?
I think we tried to reorganize it, but we only had the record and the EP.
Right,
you know what I mean? So we didn't have many songs, but
yeah,
we tried to throw in a couple different covers and.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, now though, like how does it change now where you have 12,
11,
20,
22, 20, 27?
Yeah, nearly 30 songs.
Yeah.
That to choose from,
mm-hmm.
that are all originals. Like, do you start fading out early songs?
It's tough.
You guys?
Our show has been in just totally naturally. Like, we hadn't even. Oh, it has to be this many songs. Like, we've been finishing. Like, if we do get encore, and because people do want to hear stuff that we didn't play during the set, it's been like 2 hours. When we've never had that problem. We're always like, fuck, we had to fucking make 90 minutes, you know.
Right.
So it's like, it is tough because we'll all get around, or I'll ask my tour manager, you know, how does this look? And he's like, man, he's like, I don't know which ones to take away or which ones, because there's some songs that we love to play,
right,
and there's songs that the crowd loves to hear, and then there's just those oldies that I think there's a mutual thing. Like Goodbye Kiss was always, no matter it was a slow song, but every time we played that Everywhere, it was just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean it like that, but just it was like, it was something going on between the crowd and us. It was like, yeah, like some of those were, how do you roll those away?
Right.
You know, and with all these new songs, get them to trust in these new songs, but it's been tough. And we thought about it last night. Just fuck it. Maybe we should just play the new record front to back and then play the old stuff after. But we're still testing it out, we're tweaking it.
Yeah, I like the idea of just like, especially when it's a new record, and it's like, especially I think if you're releasing the record that night, you should play the record all the way through, no matter what, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's not necessarily good for everybody. But
yeah, well,
I don't know.
No, and that's the thing. It's like you're right. It's all up to the artist if they. But say you gotta convince them. There's give and take going on there.
Right.
Hey, we're gonna play this new record and it's gonna be great, and not. Well, I want to hear Stomping Grounds.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. So.
Yeah. Do you find it fun? Like, okay, what is the song, or what's that one guy who there's always like at least one guy who's yelling the one song that he wants to hear, and you're like, that's, dude, we play that song, but it comes like at a different point in the set, just like, hold on.
Yeah.
And like, is there a song like that? Is it Stomping Grounds?
There's always a shout for Tall City, I think. Tall City Blues, or Cleto, Tall City Blues. I think that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one's been kind of cool, because that one is another one that kind of never really lost its steam, at least for us, because people were like, either want to quit their jobs or they're in college and they're like, they're like, I don't want to get a job. Some people want to quit their jobs, and so I don't know. I think it's anthemic for people that just want to figure out what they want to do, I guess.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny. I was just remembering this because we're talking about the set list thing. Do you remember? I found it really funny because you guys ended up doing it. I had suggested to you guys, man, it would be badass is like if you guys opened every show with Coyote or Coyote. You guys pronounce it Coyote, but like just have Jason go up there and start just playing the drums, and then just like one by one.
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah,
dude, I remember.
And then like you guys started doing it like, yeah. And I was like, oh, they actually took an idea. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, we need to bring that. Caitlin's always like that too. She's like, man, whenever y'all used to, why don't y'all do that Coyote intro again, where everyone just kind of walked up there with their own like.
Because I love the idea of that and like one of the reasons I also I thought of it was because I've always thought Turnpike needs to open up every show with Gin, Smoke, and Lies, doing the same thing. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you just have that little bit of banjo come in, and like just have that smoke come out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Smoke machine. Need to convince those guys to do that.
Tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool. We got to see them. Caitlin played with them in New Year's Eve at Cane's, and it was awesome. It was a good time. Always a good time.
Yeah. I feel like I need to tell one more Cleto story about Turnpike, though. Do you remember this story where they were playing here, Turnpike, at Charlie B's? And that's actually how even the podcast got started, because like I ended up putting the podcast, like, I don't know how to fucking do this, and then like Evan had his manager send over an email about like, hey, Evan wants to do a podcast with you, he wants to fly out, and then ended up being like, oh, they're playing like in 2 weeks, so let's just wait. But so we go and do the podcast, and I text you, I think I'm saying like, hey, Flatland, are you gonna go to Flatland? And you're like, man, I don't know, I don't really have enough money to go, yada yada yada. I'm like, oh shit,
to Turnpike?
Okay. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, you want me to see if they, nah, don't worry about it. And so then we go do the podcast. They play that tonight, or that night at Charlie B's here, and they want to go to Blue Light, so I take RC and Evan, we go to Blue Light, and we're walking into Blue Light, and these guys, him and Jason, are like closing their tabs out, and I vividly remember Jason like signing his credit card receipt and looking up, and then just a big smile coming on his face and being like, can I get one more drink? And like reopening his tab and everything like that.
We sat back down. I remember that was funny. And I bet you I'm sure that would happen again, but I mean, like, just I remember even like Evan walked in and there were just people just surrounded him, like instantly, like, like it was funny. It's just like, whoosh.
It's gonna happen to you guys one day.
we want to go out to Blue Light tonight.
I'll take you. Okay, we'll find somebody to be the be y'all. I'll take you to Blue Light.
Just for the nostalgia purpose, not for tooting whistles and anything, and just like I miss that place.
Yeah, that was fun though. I'll have to throw that in the book. That story. That's a good one.
We're like, man, we're out of here, man. Like, fuck, we've been here too long. And then literally, like, Mooney walks in with RC and Evan, and
they just like look past me. Get out of the way.
And you're like, I think I just told you, like, yeah, man, we're fixing to leave, or I saw you, and I was like, I guess we can stick around for a little longer.
Yeah, that was fun.
Probably like one of those little dorky kids at the time, like that. You're like, nice to meet you, Evan. My name's Cleto.
Yeah. You guys used to play For the Devil Knows You're Dead, right?
Yeah, dude, we used to cover all that stuff when we were on Broadway and even on Blue Light.
I remember you guys playing that big time. There's a Sturgill cover you guys did.
Long White Line.
Yeah.
Dude, TBT, man. We're just trying to fill the set out with enough songs to play, you know?
I remember, we'll end it with this one. I remember you guys playing at Blue Light, and you guys tried to do Seven Bridges Road.
Oh, man.
Without the harmonies, and it just did not work out.
Nope. Yeah, it was, we got one of those, you tried stamps.
Yeah.
At least you tried.
Well, I feel like you guys, I feel like before, like Johnny and Reed were even really singing harmonies. It was kind of like, we need 2 more mics tonight just for this, and it was like...
It was wonky. Hey, well, that's the thing about it all, that whenever, like, to myself at least, I'm always trying to learn and grow, and people that don't know you might, you know, think the world of you and everything, but everyone's just trying to get better every day, you know what I mean? And I don't ever... As long as we're going in that direction, I'm happy, because I know someone could even look at us now and be like, oh, well, you could do this better and do this better, and it's like, hey, we're gonna get there, and then what, you know? So I mean, that's what I think we're looking for. That's what I think is, I don't know, us rolling down the road all the time. You talked about, you know, do we get tired of it, or does it become, and it can be, but I think everyone within their own position has found the purpose of what all this could be, what it is, and just trying to get the best, to be the best they can, and learn. And whether it's me songwriting, Jason even told me last night he's gonna try to play quieter, because I'm just like, wow, like, hey, everyone's getting woke out here, you know what I mean? Everyone's just trying the best, and I look forward to, you know, like, we're having this conversation and looking back and laughing at it, like, man, y'all tried Seven Bridges Road and it was terrible. And I think it's funny, because it's like, at the time, you couldn't have told us otherwise. We were just fucking happy to play.
Right.
And that's what I want to keep, you know. And 2 years from now, we'll be like, man, we thought we were something because we played at Charlie B's and a bunch of people showed up, you know. But so I don't know.
I hear you. Yeah. Well, let's go get a beer or something.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Thanks for jumping on here.
Yes, sir.